This is one of the most insane stories that literally made me sick to my stomach. Judy Malinowski, an Ohio mother, was burned alive by her ex-boyfriend. She made history because she was able to testify in her own murder trial. The 31-year-old got into an altercation with her on and off again boyfriend, when all of a sudden, she was just doused in gasoline and set on fire. This all took place at a public gas station with multiple witnesses. This girl had like a terrible life. I'm not going to go through all of it, but she like literally could not catch a break. At the age of 21, she was diagnosed with ovarian cancer, which is really young. I was just diagnosed with cervical at 34, and I thought that was young. She wound up beating the cancer, but not even like a year later, it wound up coming back. And she wound up having to undergo a full hysterectomy at the age of 22 years old. When this incident at the gas station happened, when he poured the gasoline on her, it even got in her throat. This whole fight started because she wanted to get sober and broke up with him and didn't want to be a part of that lifestyle anymore. So when she realized what was going on at the gas station and had that gas in her throat, she started to plead with him and be like, all right, I won't get sober. I won't go to rehab. I'll stay with you. She was just pleading and trying to say anything that she could to get him to stop doing what he was about to do. However, he's fucking insane and went forward with it anyway. He wound up taking his cigarette lighter and lighting her on fire. This girl went up in flames. And again, this was in front of people. She was like screaming, like, bro, I can't even imagine like being her or even being there and seeing this. It had to be horrific. Michael, the boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, sat there and fucking watched her scream in pain. So when he realized that there was a witness watching, and I'm not sure why they didn't call the police off the rip, but they didn't. And when he realized that somebody was watching, he grabbed the fire extinguisher and like tried putting her out. So he got burned too. And obviously like she was burned and they went to the hospital. Once she got to the hospital, doctors gave her hours to live. She wound up being in a coma for 7 months and spent 2 years after this happened fighting for her life. It was her mission to testify against the person that did this to her. The judge on her case did treat it like it was a homicide because they all knew that she was vulnerable and could potentially pass away. When she woke up, she recorded a video and was able to recall in great detail what had happened, which was entered into evidence. He was originally only looking at 11 years in prison, but because of that videotape and her testimony, he wound up being sentenced to life in prison without parole. And Judy wound up passing away.